Hello dear friends, welcome back to my channel. We are going to continue the next point of this topic. That's a topic is animal tissue. In that we see the phenomena, it's a muscular tissue. So let's we see the characteristic features of the muscular tissues. These muscular tissues, it's elongated and that is called as that muscular tissues, it's called as the muscle fiber. Each muscle fiber, it is covered by the membranous membranous. That membrane structure, it is called as the sarcolemma. Inside to the sarcolemma, there is a presence of the cytoplasm, and that cytoplasm, it is called as the sarcoplasm. There is a presence of the large number of the contractile fibrils. That contractile fibrils, it is called as the myofibrils. These myofibrils are present in sarcoplasm. One or many nuclei are present in the muscle cell. Myofibrils are made up of a protein, and that protein it called as the actin and the myosin. The muscle fiber contract and decrease in the length on stimulation. Hence, the muscle tissues, it's known as the contractile tissues. These tissues, it's a vascular tissue and is innervated by the nerves too. The muscle cell, it contains a large number of the mitochondria. As these muscular tissues, it classified it into the three type of tissues. The first one, it's a smooth muscle fiber. Second one, it is the cardiac muscular tissues, that is the cardiac muscles. And the third one, it's a skeletal tissues. The first one we see, that is the skeletal muscles. These skeletal muscles, it is also known as the voluntary muscles. These muscles, it is found attached to the bones. This, when we see the structure of the skeletal muscles, these skeletal muscles, it is consist of the large number of the fascicles. This fasciculae, it is wrapped, it is covered by the connective tissues covering, and that connective tissues covering, it is called as the endomysium. This endomysium, it is also called as the fascica. Each individual fasciculus, each individual of the fasciculus. So this one is a one fasciculus, second fasciculus, third fasciculus. That is the each of the fasciculus, it is covered by the perimysium. It is covered by the perimysium. Each fasciculus in turns. So this is the single fasciculus. This single fasciculus means each of the fasciculus, it is turn consists of the many muscle fiber. So there is a presence of the many numbers of the muscle fiber. This muscle fiber, it's a many number, and that is called as the myofibrils. It's called as the myofibrils. Means these myofibrils, it is present. It's a present in the fasciculi. The fasciculi, it is present in the perimysium. The present in the perimysium. That is, each muscle fiber is a syncytial fiber that connects the several nuclei. The membrane are called as the sarcolemma. This sarcolemma, it is stored inside it. There is a presence of the sarcoplasm. The sarcoplasm contains a large number of the parallelly arranged myofibrils. Hence, the nuclei get shifted towards the periphery. So, you can see here, that is the nuclei which is present. This nuclei, it is shifted towards the periphery due to the presence of these myofibrils. The myofibrils, it is a structural and the functional unit of the sarcomere. The structural and the functional unit of these myofibrils, it says as the sarcomeres. So this sarcomeres, it is a most important part of the myofibrils. So we see the structure of this sarcomere. So what's that sarcomere? Sarcomere has a dark band. This dark band, it is called as the anisotropic band. It is also called as the A band. This A band which is present in the center. It's a present in the center. In the center of A band, there is a presence of the H zone. This H zone, it is also called as the Hansen zone. In the center of this H zone, there is a presence of the M line. There is a presence of this M line. The A band. This A band, it is made up of the myosin as well as it is made up of the actin. So this is says as the myosin and this is says as the actin. So this the A band which is made up of myosin as well as the actin. On either side, on both the side of the A band, there is a presence of the isotropic band. This isotropic band, it is also called as the I band. That I band, it contains only the actin, means there is a absence of the myosin. The myosin, it is a thick, you can see here, it's a thick and the dark color, while the actin filament are the thin and the light colored. The adjacent light band which is separated by the Z line. So in between this light band there is a presence of the Z band. This Z band which is the Z line which is present in between the I band. The dark and the light band on the neighboring myofibrils, it is correspond with each other. Hence, the muscles get striated and appears as a striated structure. The skeletal muscles shows the quick and the strong voluntary contractions. You can see here, there is a presence of nucleus. Due to the presence of the myofibrils, the nucleus which gets shifted towards the peripheral side. The function of the skeletal muscles, it is a function, it's a bring about the voluntary movement of the body. There is a presence of the two type of the muscles, that is the red and the white muscles. On the basis of amount of the red pigment, the skeletal muscles is of the two type. First one is the red and the second one is the white. The red muscle contains very high amount of the myoglobin. This myoglobin is an iron containing red pigment. Only in muscles it consists of the one heme and the one polypeptide globulin chain. It can carry one molecule of oxygen. Due to the presence of myoglobin, the muscles can obtain their oxygen from the two sources. The first one, it is a myoglobin and the second one is a hemoglobin. The white muscles, it contains a very low amount of this pigment. The second type of the muscular tissues, it's a smooth. It is also called as a non-striated muscular tissues. This muscular tissues, which is found in the wall of the visceral organs around to the blood vessels. Hence, they are also called as the visceral muscles. They are arranged lengthwise longitudinally around to the circumferences. That is the circular muscles of any organ. These muscles, it is present in the form of the sheet or it is present in the form of a layer. Each of the muscles, it is a spindle shape. You can see here, it's a spindle shape. There is a presence of the tapering end. It is a fusiform shape of the muscle. The fibers, it is unbranched, having the single nucleus and this nucleus which is present at the center. The sarcoplasm contains the myofibrils. This myofibrils, it is a longitudinally arranged. It is made up of the contractile protein, that is the actin and the myosin. The smooth muscles, it shows the less amount of the myosin and the more amount of actin as compared to the skeletal muscles. The striations, it is absent here, means there is an absence of dark band and the light band. These muscles undergoes the slow and the sustained involuntary contraction. They are innervated by the autonomous nervous system. So you can see here, this is the visceral organ and this visceral organ, it is consists of the smooth muscle cell. The second form of the The third type of the muscular tissues, that is the cardiac muscles. These cardiac muscles, which is present in the middle part of the heart wall, that is says as the myocardium, means the myocardium of the heart wall. It consists of the cardiac muscles. So when we see the structure of this cardiac muscle, the cardiac muscles, it is shows the characteristic features of both the striated and the non-striated fibers. This is the significant characteristic features of the cardiac muscle. The sarcolemma, it is not distinct. They are the uninucleated muscle fibers, appears to be the multinucleated structure. Basically, these fibers, it is a uninucleated but appears as a multinucleated. The adjacent muscle fiber joined together so gives rise to the branching appearance. This is the second important point in case of the cardiac muscle, that is the adjacent muscle fiber joined together. It's a joined together and gives the branch appearance. The point of adhesion of the muscle fiber, this point of adhesion of the muscle fiber, it is are formed by a transverse thickening of the sarcolemma, and that thickening portion, it is called as the intercalated disc. This is the third significant point in case of the cardiac muscle. The junction at the place allows the cardiac muscle to contract as a unit, that is it helps in the quick transfer of the stimulus. The cardiac muscle, so you can see in this image, the outer layer it says as the epicardium, middle layer it says as the myocardium, and the inner layer it says as the endocardium. So this is the three wall of the heart. The middle myocardium, this myocardium, it is work out the function as a contraction and a relaxation of the heart. This cardiac muscle, it is a striated involuntary muscles. Some mammalian cardiac muscles are modified, are capable of generating the impulses on their own. Hence, a mammalian heart is a myogenic heart. In some animals, the cardiac muscles need the neural stimulus to initiate the contraction. Such a heart, it is called as a neurogenic heart because there is a neural stimulus which is initiated. Hope so you understood it. Thanks for watching my video. Stay